Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bundesliga Show, prediction show, looking ahead to Matchday 32 of the Bundesliga season. Obviously, it's been a little while since me and Mark have done a video together, of course, because there was a bit of a rest for the Bundesliga. Obviously, we had the Pokal semi-finals, which pretty much went to form just about. So, yeah, we're back for some predictions. Just whiz through them tonight, and then we'll have another good few shows before the end of the season. Apologies for my redness in my face again. I've kind of just zoomed out from the shower, straight from football. So yeah, straight into it though. As we're obviously looking ahead to match day 32. So Friday evening football returns to the Bundesliga on the 7th. So we've got probably a mid-table game, I guess you can class it as that, with Stuttgart hosting Augsburg. I guess Wolfsburg would be wanting to try and claim some points to completely guarantee safety. They're not necessarily out of the woods just yet with the form of other teams. I must have done these predictions fairly rushed as well, because I've gone for a 2-1 home win actually with Stuttgart. And considering how depleted they are, that probably is not going to come to pass. I'll stick with it anyway. So yeah, 2-1 Stuttgart I've got down. Mark, what about you?
Yeah, I think I also did mine a few, like maybe 10 days ago or so, to be honest. But yeah, I think I got the result right. I think, to be honest, it's definitely a bigger game for Augsburg, because obviously they are like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, Hertha Berlin have picked up 4 points in their 2 games in hand over the last few days. So, I mean, that really, if it wasn't tight enough, it's now like even tighter, you know? Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Augsburg, they are, as things stand, they're only 3 points away from that relegation playoff. And Schalke still have Hertha still have a game in hand. So, yeah, I've actually gone for a 1-1 draw in this game, just because I think it's bigger for Augsburg. I think Stuttgart are a better team, but they are depleted. I actually think that Augsburg could potentially even nick this one, but yeah, I'm sticking with 1-1 in this game.
Good stuff. Going on to a very big game on Saturday afternoon then, Borussia Dortmund hosting RB Leipzig. Obviously big in the context of top 4. Obviously a very tough game for Dortmund to be facing, although I have heard that RB are potentially going to be missing a few important players through injury, which obviously does help Dortmund. They've been in fine form. So I do expect them to get something from this game. However, I don't think they'll have it all their own way. So that is why I'm going for a 2-2 draw.
Wow, yeah. I just can't see beyond Dortmund in this game, to be honest with you. I just think at the moment they look a much better side overall. I mean, obviously, Leipzig did manage to get the win in the last game to keep the title race open. And obviously, if they do get a win in this game, it could prolong the title race for a little bit longer, but they have to get that win. For me, as you say, with a few injuries, and also that they didn't look that great, to be honest, last week against Werder Bremen. They made hard work of that in a game that they probably should have been able to win a little bit more comfortably. Yeah, so I've gone for 2-0 to Dortmund, which is going to be a big step for them in the direction of the top 4. And obviously it would unfortunately finish the title race if it was to end 2-0 to Dortmund.
Good stuff. Glad to see that. We've got Gary with us this evening as well. So evening, yeah. Gary. Thanks for joining us whilst we're live. Next game then, Hoffenheim hosting Schalke. This very much doesn't have anything really riding on it. Hoffenheim have actually showed some nice glimpses of what they're capable of in the last couple of months. Still a bit of an inconsistent beast. But yeah, home win for me, 3-1, I'm going to say.
Yeah, I think obviously we've got to bear in mind that Schalke are Hoffenheim were the first team that Schalke managed to beat 4-0 in the reverse fixture for this game. But I think, yeah, I mean, Hoffenheim are going to be seeking some kind of revenge in this game, surely, because, I mean, that was a really embarrassing defeat, wasn't it? So, yeah, I've actually gone for 2-1 to Hoffenheim. I think maybe it's the kind of end of season battle, this one. I don't think Hoffenheim will try too hard to win this game, but they should have enough quality to get at least a couple of goals. So a 2-1 home win for me.
Good stuff. Right, so the last 6 games have pretty much all got connotations attached to them, so they really are interesting games. So sticking with Saturday afternoon, so we've got Wolfsburg hosting Union Berlin. Again, it screams that it's going to be a pretty tight game. Union have still got ambitions themselves to obviously get in that top top 6, although it's looking a little bit more unlikely now. But they'll still be well up for it and cause a lot of problems for Wolfsburg. I think Wolfsburg are quite a well-equipped team for those kind of deliveries that Union are really good at and set pieces. That's a strength for Wolfsburg to be able to deal with that. If they can do, then I think they'll just get over the line 2-1 with probably their course getting a couple of goals.
Yeah, this one's a really tough game to predict because, as you say, Wolfsburg, they are in a bit of free fall, let's be honest. 3 defeats from 4 going into this game. And Union is probably not the kind of team that they want to play, a team that are hard to beat. Realistically, you're probably going to say Wolfsburg have to win this game, I would say, unless I can't see them getting that top 4, in all honesty. But, I mean, I've actually gone for a 1-1 draw because I just don't think that Wolfsburg are playing that well at the minute. And I think Union should have enough quality to get a point from this game. They're very, very hard to score against, and they usually pop up with a goal or 2 themselves. So, yeah, I fancy a 1-1 draw in this game, which would be a massive blow to Wolfsburg's top 4 credentials.
Yes, indeed. So the next game, Saturday afternoon kickoff, is Werder Bremen hosting Bayer Leverkusen. This one's really kind of a stark difference in terms of each team's form. Werder obviously in free fall and have got to be really, really looking over their shoulder now. They're obviously above the relegation, the playoff place on goal difference. Their goal difference is significantly better than Bielefeld's, but still, from what was looking like a semi-okay season, Werder now are on the brink again, and I can't see it really picking up on Saturday. I think Leverkusen have just got something about them at the moment. They're kind of scoring a few more goals again, and Bailey and Diaby are just obviously fantastic players that they have at their disposal when both fit. So an away win for me, 3-1, I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, this is massive for Werder Bremen. I mean, if you talk about teams in free fall, look no further than Werder Bremen. I mean, they've been absolutely dire for the last 5 or 6 games. And obviously that coupled with the fact that every other team has just been winning and winning and winning, and they've all got a lot of winnable games to play as well. The likes of Cologne, Bielefeld, Hertha, they've all got winnable games. I think Werder Bremen have probably got the worst run-in as well of all the teams. But for me, the winner of this game will be decided depending on which Leverkusen turns up, to be honest with you. I think if the good Leverkusen turns up, it could be like 2-3-0 easily. But I think, if Leverkusen are off the boil, then it could be a winnable game potentially for Werder Bremen. They've just got to hope that it's the bad Leverkusen that turns up because they badly, badly need 3 points. But I've actually gone for a 2-1 away win because I just think at the end of the day, Leverkusen, they've got tons of quality in the side. They play a little bit more freely now. They were good in the last game as well. So, I've gone for, I can't see beyond a 2-1 win for Bayer Leverkusen there.
Good stuff. Another couple of comments in from Chris and John. Thanks very much for your kind comments, both of you. Glad you're enjoying the show. We hope to keep on doing even more content for you guys and doing even better shows. So, thanks very much. On to the Saturday evening kickoff. It's Champions elect. Bayern Munich hosting Borussia Mönchengladbach. Interesting game this, of course. Bayern will be gasping to try and get the job done, obviously over the weekend and bring on some celebrations, which I think they'll be quite desperate for after what's kind of been happening in terms of the manager front and things that have been going on there. And obviously, this is a game that Gladbach won the reverse fixture 3-2, I think it was, after going 2-0 down. If I've got my brain switched on there. So it's an interesting game. Gladbach have obviously showed form as well. And I've actually predicted it just to go the other way. So I've written down 3-2 to Munich and that they'll be crowned champions this weekend, I reckon.
Yeah, I definitely think a lot of this game could depend on, obviously the way that the Dortmund v Leipzig game goes. I mean, if anything short of a win and the title's already over. So, but for me, I actually think that Gladbach have probably got more chance of getting something from this game if the title's already over, to be honest with you. I think if Bayern need to win, they're not going to slip up again for me. And I think obviously they slipped up last time out against Mainz, but I don't see them doing it again. But I agree that Gladbach, they are on good form at the minute. They're scoring goals. They've got Thuram, Plea, and the like on really, really good form. Probably the best league form that they've shown all season, to be honest with you. So I definitely think those cause some problems. But I've also gone for a 3-2 Bayern home win, actually. But a lot of this game could depend on the connotations going into it. I mean, if Bayern have already got the title wrapped up, then it's possible that Gladbach could even win or draw this game, potentially.
Yeah, good stuff. On to the Sunday game. So 3 Sunday games, all with a bit of a focus on the relegation race, really. So we're starting off with Cologne hosting Freiburg. So obviously Freiburg don't have an awful lot to play for, unlike their hosts who are starting to really plummet down that league table. Obviously, I mean, in theory, a win takes them all the way up to 14th place. It's so tight in there. I mean, it's so hard to call at the moment. It's making me and Mark look like fools week on week, which is it's about standard really from the prediction show. But with all that in mind, I just think that Cologne will be desperate enough to get past Freiburg. So a 2-1 home win for me.
Yeah, I mean, if tonight's game is anything to judge by, obviously Freiburg getting pretty much battered, really, 3-0 relegation rivals Hertha Berlin. I mean, I don't see Freiburg really turning it on for this game. I mean, obviously Cologne are going to be massively, massively fired up. They're coming in on the back of 2 brilliant wins. They're going to really sense blood in this game, and they're going to know that if they do get a win, as Rory said, they could potentially be as high as 14th if a few results go well. They've still got to play Schalke as well, so I mean, they're going to really believe they win this game. They will be favourites to stay up without doubt. I think Freiburg are one of the best oppositions to play because they are like slap bang mid-table. The last 2 or 3 games have not been very good, let's be honest. I can't see anything beyond a 2-0 home win here for Cologne. I mean, they're not very good at home in general, but we did see them beat Leipzig in the last home game, and I see them backing up that win with another 2-0 home win here, to be honest.
Yeah, good stuff. Welcome, Dan, as well. Thanks for your comment. Mark is hardcore, 2 shows in 2 nights. Play to him.
Need a break now.
Yeah, he does. Right, so the last 2 games. So Frankfurt play Mainz on Sunday afternoon then. So obviously a big game with regards to obviously Frankfurt's top 4 race, and obviously we probably would say in previous weeks the relegation race, but I mean our Mainz already home and dry. Amazing to say that, really, considering what we've seen before and how we almost wrote Mainz off a little while ago. That I mean they're almost safe, give or take the odd point here and there. With that in mind, maybe will that kind of desperation, like the need to be able to, is there going to be a little bit less from Mainz's point of view? I certainly won't be on Frankfurt's side. Frankfurt will be desperate to try and secure that top 4 place. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-0 to the home side. I feel like Frankfurt, if they can stop Mainz scoring, then they'll be on to a winner, of course. So 2-0.
Yeah, I think obviously it's incredible that we're talking about Mainz potentially still needing more points despite getting to 35. You know, I mean, if a few results go against them this weekend, obviously with Cologne have got a winnable game. Obviously Hertha v Bielefeld, which we'll talk about in a minute. Like potentially Werder, it's not impossible they could get a win. I mean, if all those teams win and then Werder and Mainz lose, then they are back in a dogfight for the last 2 games. There's no question. They need a little bit of luck, you know. But I still think Mainz at the moment are looking at quality side. You know, they've always got goals in them. I actually think there's more pressure on Frankfurt for this game. They're another side that we've seen really kind of slip off in recent weeks, aren't they? More so away from home, though. At home, they've still not been beaten, actually, the whole season. So they've got 2 more games to go to complete the whole season unbeaten in Frankfurt, which is pretty impressive. As a result, I've gone for a 2-2 draw because I just think Mainz is so dangerous. They create chances, but at the same time, they concede a lot of chances, and they do concede goals as well. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, which would be a much better result for Mainz over Frankfurt.
Yeah, good stuff. And as you mentioned, the last game of the weekend is Hertha Berlin versus Arminia Bielefeld. Hertha, of course, have been catching up this week with a fairly hardcore fixture list that they were given. Obviously, they've done a good job, really, haven't they? They picked up an important point on the Tuesday night, was it, or Monday? I'm losing track of days really. And obviously they've just hammered Freiburg just a few hours ago, actually, to lift themselves again from 17th straight into 14th in just a matter of days. That's incredibly good work. I have to admit, I was fearing for Hertha, to be frankly honest, before this, and I thought they were going to be in all sorts of trouble. So well done to them. They've showed some excellent fight. And Bielefeld, of course, still right in the mix. It's so hard to call this. I feel, given the fact that Hertha have played obviously 2 games in a week, and this will be their 3rd, they've obviously got to back it up and back it up. But they've picked up some good form, so confidence be high. And as a result, I'm going to sit on the fence and say 1-1 will be the final score.
Yeah, I think a few teams would be happy with that result, to be honest with you, if it did end up being a draw. But I think the obvious result of the minute would be a Hertha win, because obviously they put in 2 really good performances, obviously with the score draw at Mainz, where they created bags of chances in that game. They could have won that game, to be honest with you. And then the absolute thrashing, really, of Freiburg tonight. I mean, they are going to be confident going into that game, and I think the obvious result would be a Hertha Berlin win. But, I mean, obviously, this is Arminia Bielefeld. I mean, they've broken all kind of expectations this year. They've got 30 points already. For me, if they do go down, they'd be extremely unlucky if they go down after the season they've put in there. But in all honesty, I'm going to stick with a 1-0 home win for Hertha Berlin. I just think there's a little bit more quality in there. And I think now Hertha, they're going to, if they win this game with still a game in hand to come against Schalke, for me, they're safe, really, to be honest with you. I think if they win that, then they've done exactly what they needed. They'd have aimed for 7 points from those 3 games, and they would have got it. So for me, but I think for the relegation race, I think it would be better if Bielefeld won, to be honest with you, because that really, really would make it ridiculously tight if they managed to win. But yeah, I'm going to go for the home side, 1-0 to Hertha Berlin there for me.
Good stuff. Well, yeah, of course, that is all the games tied up then for match week 32. So that's obviously a wrap. Thanks everyone who's joined with us live this evening. Thanks for all the comments. Obviously, pop your predictions in the comment section after the video's gone live. See how you guys get along. Obviously, we'll be back on Monday evening. We'll be recording on Sunday as per for what we hope is a bumper weekend of quality Bundesliga action. So yeah, Mark, do you want to sign off as usual?
Absolutely, yes. So obviously, if you want to check out our Twitter feed, it's @OverTheBarFB. You can see anything football related on there. Bundesliga, League One show. As some of you guys have pointed out, I also do some of the League One shows as well, filling in on there. But obviously, my number one will always be the Bundesliga show, of course. Yeah, so keep following us. Yeah, obviously, also check out our written content as well. We've got more and more different topics being covered on there. I mean, everything related to, obviously, more Bundesliga stuff, League One stuff, League Two, Premier League, Champions League, women's football, just about everything related to. Obviously, the next big thing that we will be covering here at OTB as well is going to be the Euros as well, Euro 2021 or 2020, whatever you want to call it. Really. But yeah, we've got big plans coming up for that. So remember to check that out as well. But yeah, keep enjoying our stuff. It's great to see a lot of you guys commenting and following our stuff. This is what we really want. We really like it when you guys get involved, because we want to kind of create a community here to discuss German football, obviously in English. So we've really enjoyed the fact that more and more people have been getting involved over the last, especially since we started doing the live shows, which is fantastic. So that's really great. Keep commenting, keep getting involved, and yeah, enjoying our stuff. We've got big plans ahead of next season as well to continue the growth of the channel and the show. So yeah, that's it for another week. And yeah, we'll see you for the review on Monday night.
Cheers all.